Yo, what is up, you freaking party animals? What's going on? Hey, look what I just found. The ball sack. I found the ball sack. I'm busting it out immediately because I have to. What's going on? Hopefully you guys can hear me, see me. I set up this microphone this time. I realized last time I thought I was using this, but I don't think I was, because I had to select this camera as the microphone. So let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. Actually, I'm going to ask our guest. I got Ben here from Jack Wolf Knives. Yo, what up?
Loud and clear, sir.
All right. Sick. I just realized I didn't even set up my lights. Yeah, okay. But it looks fine, so I'm going to leave it alone.
What's up, everyone in the chat?
Sweet sound of a Snapple type lid. Remember Snapple?
Of course, there was messages underneath the cap, right? And you could take a Snapple and whack the bottom of it and get a very satisfying, like, clicking sound.
Yep. This is Joe T.
Never had that one.
I got it at Whole Foods. I had them deliver an order because I was trying to get some different mineral water, because we usually order groceries from Walmart delivery, and I get their mineral water. And the last 2 times I've ordered 4 6-packs, and every single one has been expired and has like no carbonation left, which is extremely annoying as fuck. So I'm trying to get it elsewhere. This is actually, I figured out that Kirkland at Costco, the Walmart brand mineral water, and this, and I think Aldi, it's all literally the same shit. It's just a different bottle. Because on the back it says it comes from the same place in Italy.
Dude, it's probably city water that they carbonate locally and then bottle for you.
Probably, but it says it's a product of Italy, bottled by La Galavagna SPA at Val di Metti Source in Apecchio, Italy.
You'll have to educate me because I do not like bubbles in my water. But what is the difference between club soda, sparkling water, mineral water? What is the difference?
So I'm not an expert either, but I grew up drinking seltzer water, which is what we call it in Germany, which is basically just, pretty sure it's just purified water with carbonation put into it, right? That is, I believe, the same thing as sparkling water. They just take, purified water and put bubbles into it. Then you have mineral water, which is like, it's like, I think it's like spring water. So it's like, that's why it always says at the source, because they get the spring water. I don't think there's any way that it naturally is carbonated. They must be adding that. But so I guess the difference is like purified water versus spring water, and then you have carbonation added to it. Okay, if that makes sense. And club soda is more like something you get to make drinks with. It's not like you can just drink it. It basically is the same thing, but I think it has like a very high carbonation content. Like you don't normally want to just like drink that. But I'm not a super expert on that. But like if you go to Europe, they sell carbonated water, seltzer, whatever you want to call it, and they have different kinds. They have still, which is no bubbles. Then they have like light, and they have like heavy carbonation. They have all 3. They usually call it intense when it's like the heavy shit. I get the one that's like in the middle, the lower. Like I like the bubbles, but I want to be able to drink it too, you know? What's going on, everybody? Like Chef Rocky has been a member for 39 months.
Hey, Rocky.
What up, Rocky? Shout out to you, dude.
Oh, mine doesn't do it.
Hope everybody's doing good. Andrew Henry has a specific question. What's the actual manufacturing cost to mill something like a Lefty wire clip slot in a Thai show scale? Looking at you, Quiet Carry. Why are you looking at Quiet Carry specifically? Are you saying because they're not doing? Oh, Lefty. Sorry, I get it now.
Are you saying
it's not about cost, Andrew? It's about aesthetics, and I will let Ben answer the rest of that because he is the guy who does not do the Lefty clip for that reason.
Well, there's a couple things too. Are you talking about like, hey, I have this Quiet Carry knife and I want to send it in and get this milled? No. Are you talking about in production? Is there an additional?
He's talking about in production. Why the fuck aren't they giving me a Lefty clip? That's his question, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm a lefty, so is Kevin.
Yep.
I don't do Lefty clips on my knives or provisions for them. And primarily because I don't like the way it looks. That's one reason. Another reason, too, is a lot of my pocket clips are not symmetrical if you were to move them to the other side. So there would have to be an additional pocket clip. And I feel like it's just a half measure. True Lefty knife is a Lefty knife with a Lefty lock and a Lefty clip and no provision for a righty. So that's a design choice. Of course, you could anybody could do it any other way. To answer your questions, what's the cost? There really is no additional cost. There'd be an additional cost to adding the second pocket clip to your bundle, certainly.
But yeah, like if you were having it OEM'd, let's say, they're not going to charge you more to add clip slots on the other side. Like,
no,
we don't get charged more when we make Divo knives for the reversible clip option. Right. But we have to design our clip to work for a reversible setup, which is where Ben is saying he'd rather design the clip to match the knife exactly the way he wants it so that it has the ergonomic or aesthetic effect that he wants, and he doesn't have to worry about making sure it's symmetric or rounded a certain way or whatever, so that when you flip it to the other side, it doesn't look like shit or it doesn't work at all. Another argument, so you have that argument. The main one for most people that I hear is I want to keep the show side clean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main argument, and I understand it.
Yeah, it's the same reason I don't do lock bar reliefs on my show sides, as much as people gripe at me about that. You know, a relief so you can get your thumb in there easier. Like my flip.
You mean like I know what you mean. You're talking about for disengaging. I thought you meant like the relief. Like
for whatever you even want to call it. Lock bar access.
Yeah.
A relief for lock bar access. Because my folders, my modern folders are supposed to look like slip joints from the show side. The only thing that doesn't look like a slip joint is this tiny little flipper tab. And if I now have a pocket clip provision and I have a scallop, it's like I'm jeopardizing my aesthetic. So it's not always form follows function. Sometimes it has to be function follows form. I think when you're talking about artistic pieces like collector knives.
Now, the other reason you get a lot is, and the most common sense reason for most companies that aren't like me, where I'm left-handed, I'm obviously going to make sure our knives can be used left-handed, whether it's a clip or we just make full lefties, is there's just not enough demand to worry about it. Like, and I know that from experience. Like, we've made Lefty knives, and if you can sell more than 30 of them in like on a drop or whatever, you're fucking lucky. Like, more than likely, if you order 50 of them, you're going to be holding on to 25 of those for a year, probably. And some of these OEMs, they are making you do a full minimum for a lefty knife. So that means you got to order like 300 of them. So that's why you're not seeing as many lefty knives as we want. Now that is changing because people are learning Best Tech and Riot will literally make you 5 left-handed knives. So if you're using Riot, there's no reason that you shouldn't just tack on like 5 of each version of your knife in lefty, and they'll just make a full lefty of each. Like we have a couple orders in right now with Riot, and that's what we did. We did full lefties, 5 of each version. So we got like 30 knives, 30 lefties. That should be enough to cover the lefties that give a shit. You know, so like you have to cater to, there's lefties who literally won't buy a left-handed knife because they're not used to it. It feels weird, so they don't want to do it. They're so used to right-handed knives, they just buy right-handed knives. They're not thinking about left-handed knives. There's lefties who, same concept, but they just want a left-handed clip. They don't want a full lefty knife because that feels weird, but I'll take a lefty clip. Then you're going to have lefties who just don't like, in our case, they just don't like a sheep's foot blade, or they just don't like X, whatever it is about your knife. So now the guys who say, oh, it's 10% of the population. Yeah, that just turned into 0.1% because you just keep knocking off people for different reasons. And then the final reason is a lefty then also has to want to spend X amount on the knife.
At that time.
Yeah, like your customer base for a left-handed knife is just very low. We're still going to do it because we can get a small amount made, but if we had to make like 100, we would never do it. We just do the reversible clip thing. So anyway, I know you didn't ask that question, but there's a full fucking 30 minutes on that.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about that before. It's a fair question. I get it. I mean, you and I can sympathize as good as anybody else. But at the same time, like I carry right-handed knives all the time, and I don't ever feel like I'm coming up short. So
I do when it's a frame lock or something and I can't flick it. Like I want to be able to reverse flick it.
Oh yeah, I guess all mine are that way. I got to be able to open it and close it and clip it in my pocket. I don't care. Yeah. Like if I can do those 3 things, I'm fine, and that's most things. Most things have a double thumb stud. You know, if you can middle finger flick from one side, hopefully you can do it from the other. It seems like most of them are that way.
Yeah, but like to me, that's another. So a lot of people think that you use Riot for your stuff.
Clearly I don't, because I'd be getting 5 to 10 lefties on every drop. I'd have one for myself.
That's another point in the column for not Riot. Not to mention, some people just don't even know the origin story anymore. So,
oh, good. It means I've made it this far.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Dylan? Dylan's in the house. Craig Wilkes, Chef Rocky, Mimo, Paul Mills, Ed Harrison, Life Survival EDC. What's going on, guys? Good to see you guys. If I don't get the new Jack Wolf, I'll go nuts.
Yeah, Scuffle has been very popular.
The Scuffle's sick, dude. I loved it. Mine is on the pass around train at this point. So I have the K9. Was it the K9? Yeah, the K9 light. What's it called? What was that called? The ultralight. That was sick, by the way.
Dude, I can't stop carrying that. The ultralight. It's in my pocket every day. It's
very good. Yeah, I carried it a lot too until I passed it around. And then what was the one? Not the Tango. It was something in between. Was it a fixed blade recently?
The Collusion.
Yes, the Collusion. That one was sick too. Sorry, you have so many. It's hard to remember them sometimes.
I know it. Well, it's nice to have some fresh designs that aren't kind of the same old thing for me.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how it was starting to
That's
feel
true.
to me, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been fun collaborating with my homies. Like, I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, we've been doing the same thing, not to that extent, but and I really like the Scuffle, dude. That one came out really. It just is. It just feels a little different, and I like that, like in a good way. You know what I mean?
That knife, we started designing that knife, and I looked it up. I think it was 2022 or at the latest 2023. Me and Nick that design was iterated a lot. It really evolved. There was like, I probably have 50 CAD drawings of that knife as we just kept changing it.
Yeah.
That's probably the most refined. It's certainly the most sophisticated, complex, and refined thing we've done. Yeah, I'm proud of it.
There's the watermelon sugar. This
Dude,
one's
I
a
love that
little
knife.
different. What?
I love that knife.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite one. You guys
we have the mini version coming soon.
The pony.
Yeah. It's not the same exact one. We changed it up. We kind of did like a reverse bolster lock. Do I have one? Yeah, I do.
Reverse.
We changed it, changed some things since, but here's a prototype.
Oh, interesting. So it's a full tie scale with an inlay.
So it's a reverse bolster lock. So the inlay goes over top of the lock bar.
It's an overlay.
Yeah, I call it a reverse
overlay.
Same difference, whatever.
Yeah, okay. So your lock bar has a recess cut in it to sort of, that the inlay fills the gap when it's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Has anybody done that before?
We haven't. No. Oh, did you say has anybody?
Yeah.
I think I got the idea from Matt at Berg Blades.
All right.
I think that's where I because I was trying to think of a way to do a mini version of the stout, but not just do like a mini version of the stout. Like I wanted it to be a little different.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's Van X. This one's DLC belt satin, so you're not gonna fucking rust this thing.
No, it looks good, man. I like that. Is that purple haze or is that a camel carbon purple?
It's this one's purple haze because they fucked up. It was supposed to be, I think the prototype was supposed to be 80s on this one, and they just for some reason inserted like weird fat carbons. I don't know why Riot did that. All right, I'm just gonna put it over here. But yeah, I'm excited for those. We have some cool versions too. Clark Carey was just the maker at the front of my mind. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's tough, dude. A lot of times we're trying to balance the demand, like you want to serve the vocal minorities to some degree, because sometimes there's gold there. Like there's something there. It's an underserved segment of the market. Like you don't want to ignore those voices, but sometimes when you cater to those voices, it can be a bad business decision after it plays out and it hurts you.
Yeah, it can turn off the masses, which is who you need to buy the knife,
Right. That's a tough balance for us as the decision makers.
Yeah. Hell yeah, drink water. What's up, dude?
31 months. Solid.
What's up, Cliff? I don't know if you got your knife yet. Took me a few days to drop those off after I sent you guys tracking. He won a giveaway last week.
Nice.
Have a slot on the end of the knife. Can't see it from the side. You mean for a lefty?
Talking about on the butt, so that you can
but you can see that.
Right.
And then your handle has to be flat on the end too, which is one of the downsides of that.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I came up with an idea. I don't know if anybody's done it before. And I was talking to Colin about this. We're designing like a CEO style knife. So like a real slim, slender, pen style knife, whatever. And we're trying to figure out like how could you do the reversible clip. It's always a thing we have to figure out. That's another reason that some people don't do it. It is kind of annoying having to figure that out every time. But anyway, came up with this idea to have the backspacer and the clip be made out of the same piece of titanium. So like you have, now this has nothing to do with the reversible clip thing because it literally would not work with a reversible clip. So scrap that. We would just
an integral clip.
Lefties.
An integral clip. A clip is integral to the backspacer.
Yeah, like so they're literally the same so they're milled out of the same piece of titanium, and then they slot into like a cutout at the end of the handle, and that seats in, and then you can put your body screws through or whatever, and that locks it down. I don't know.
You're gonna start
I've never seen anybody do it. It's like it'd just be something different.
Two things I can think of right away. You have to start with a pretty thick piece of titanium to mill it all the way down.
For sure.
And then also the pocket clip is the thing that's most likely to break on like a seatbelt or whatever. So
well, it would be pretty fucking sturdy at that point.
It would, but at some point it's still got to get slender when it like cantilevers out. So it's just a more expensive fix. Like it's almost like it's like a breakaway part on the knife, the pocket clip,
Yeah, I mean, I've never broken a clip.
I've had a few come back to me.
Not a like good clip. Like I've broken shitty clips for sure. I've bent shitty clips, but
yeah.
I mean, this would obviously be a pretty sturdy clip.
Yeah, and as long I just think if some guy really like had it hooked on the seatbelt and jumped out of his car real fast, like it could jack the knife up pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an expensive part for sure.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that's not. It's a cool idea.
Still could have spares. You know what I mean? You just have spare backspacers and clips together.
I can't get spare backspacers, dude, because mine are all ground to fit. I don't get spare backspacers.
That's crazy. I mean, it's cool.
It's cool and it's not cool, dude. I can't tell you how many times I get emails and calls for guys that want to buy different scales. I'm like, man, it's a missed opportunity. But if I had to choose, I'd still choose the fit and finish over if I had to give that up just to get swappable scales.
Yeah.
Got the crystal tie scuffle. Nice, dude. Man, that knife is beautiful. I like crystal tie.
Yeah, I like crystallized tie too. We're gonna use it a little bit as well coming up. I'm gonna add 10 left knives to my order. I got you, Kevin. Oh, okay, yeah, he's working with Best Tech, so there you go. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me.
Less than 10% of the population have extremely high IQs. It's not the lefties, though.
We're more likely to die, from what I understand.
Really?
Yeah, I could just be a myth, but let me look it up.
Probably because, like, we could turn the wrong way or something.
Well, because the whole world's designed for everybody but us.
Yeah. Your camera dropped off.
I'm looking up. The early studies suggest left-handed people are more likely to die in accidents have been widely debunked. Damn.
It's debunked?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Google AI just told me real quick. I didn't really
What's up, Roasta? Welcome. Thanks for being a channel member, dude. You guys are awesome. Hello, Neil. What's up? What up, Ben? What are you carrying?
I'm carrying the ultralight K9 is what I've been carrying. I'm carrying the Carry Commission exclusive with the green and the tan.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
Yeah.
That one looked sick.
Yep. But I've been rotating them. I had a rosewood one that was the like JWK 20-piece special that I ended up taking to the Netherlands to sell at the show there. So I was carrying that one for a while. It was a Steel Series one.
Nice.
But but
Are
it's
you still
shorts
doing
weather.
that steel series?
Yeah, the K9 had steel series. There was 2 steel and 2 ultralight. We had a
Okay.
yellow jig bone and rich light. Redstone rich light that had a saw cut pattern in it.
How did the steel series ones do?
It's about the same as the ultralights. They were kind of pretty much
I
consistent.
really like the ultralight concept.
I do too. I like it. It's because I don't know, you're carrying a slip joint in your pocket, so light is good, you know?
Yeah.
At least to me. I mean, some guys want to feel the weight. It's just personal preference.
Yeah,
But like
the weight
2
is
ounces
where
or
it's at.
less. Yeah. And
Like if I'm gonna get something more affordable, it's cool that it's lighter weight versus being like heavier because it's more affordable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I like to be able to offer both because it's a slip joint. A lot of guys like the lustrous steel. The steel series has the benefit of when you flip it over on the back, it's all steel. So the way it's blended is just nasty. Like the titanium, it's different colors, so you can see the different layers. But on the steel ones, since they're all steel, the spines look like a fixed blade. It's dope.
Yeah.
But whatever. Something for everyone, I hope. Ponies. I think he means to say stout. Yeah. It's one of my favorite designs. Yeah, that's what I've been carrying
for sure.
And what else? You know, dude. I'm sure just like you, around the office where I spend so much of my time, there's knives everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, that's. Sometimes I leave and I don't have a knife because I had it on the desk and I was playing with it, and then I got up to like piss or something, and then I go somewhere and I'm like, fuck, I don't have a knife, and I feel like a retard.
Yeah. And then someone's like, oh yeah, you got your Divo shirt on. They're like, oh, you're into knives? You're like, yeah, I don't have one though.
Yeah. But it's usually the guy at like, where like the guy at my grandparents' nursing home, he'd be like, oh, you're into knives or whatever. But those guys always like whip out the nastiest thing you've ever seen, and they think it's so cool. It's just funny. Usually like a, $30 something that I've never heard of sometimes.
The hardware store knife that's 60 years old.
Yeah.
I had a couple people, I saw someone, I think it was Kathleen, asked about the Gateway series. Someone asked about less expensive knives. So yes, coming soon. My goal has been, what I've been working on since June is ramping up that product line. So there's going to be an entire Gateway line. As to when, well, I don't ever say exactly when, but as fast as I can make it happen.
Yeah, those went well, I would say.
They went well. Yeah. And they're fun. They're different. I'm interested in doing new and different things.
I feel you, Brad. I like the reversible clip too, but it doesn't stop me anymore. I just carry on my left side. Like if you carry it in your back left pocket, it's basically lefty carry, but it's just a right-handed knife.
That's exactly what I do. I just clip it to my back pocket, like as close as, close to your front, right? Like rotated towards your belly button this way or something else.
Yeah, exactly. And the pants I wear, they actually have like a side hip pocket. It's perfect in there.
Yep.
So you can carry right-handed knives on my left side. Like it's literally 3 inches from where, no, not even. It's like 1.5 inches from where it would be if it was a lefty.
And you have your whole pocket free for your hand, That's interesting.
I had the full size Katuo Griffin in G10. These are $95, which is insane. They're 14C, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Is that a titanium back? Is that anodized aluminum?
Nah, it's steel actually.
Oh,
they did a really good job coating it though. It looks good.
You know,
titanium clip though.
That's interesting. I mean, I like the way it looks. It's not something I'd carry, but I do like the look. I like the design. I wouldn't
And
carry.
satin, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
$95. Now check out this. So I just did a video on this one today. They sent me all 4 versions. It's got a carbon inlay. I mean, what you're getting for $95 is ridiculous. It's got a liner lock with a button. And you can also access the liner lock so you can disengage it that way. But last week I did a video on the Mini, $78.
What's a liner lock with a button? What do you mean by that?
It's a button liner lock. Literally, you have a button here, like a button lock.
Oh, okay.
And it's a liner lock. The button is attached to the liner lock.
So it's not a true button lock. It's a button.
It's way better because it has a detent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Did you take it apart in your video? I want to watch that.
Yes, I did.
Of course you did.
Yeah. I actually did on both. So last week I took apart the Mini, and then today I took apart the full size one.
Are they the same as far as their
No, this one, so the Mini is, so this is like a hard to explain. There's so many versions, but there's a V3 version of this in the premium style. The G10 version of the full size has the lock bar access, so you can disengage it. Mm-hmm. The Mini doesn't have that. It's still a button-operated liner lock, but it just doesn't have the access here for you to disengage it that way.
Okay.
But otherwise, they're the same. The acoustics on the Mini are insane. Listen to this thing. Just like tings when it closes. The full size, for some reason, doesn't do it. It like bounces more. I think it has something to do with the backspacer and the stop pin, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. It's weird. But yeah, those are sick. I've been rocking those the past week or so, either the Mini or the Mini is my favorite. This thing is, I mean, as a lefty too, they have a reversible clip, and this is one button lock where the button does not get in my way. It doesn't like fuck the detent up because I'm resting on it or anything. It just works really well for me. And it has a choil. It's just really comfortable. And it's $78 fucking dollars. Like that's the hand satin alone should be $78. Like it's crazy how nice these are for the money. So if anybody's interested in those, I did put the link to it in this QR code up here in the corner. I guess I did that last week, so it's still there. It would bend, or you have to order a Lefty completely separate. Are you talking about the backspacer clip thing? You would just do full left-handed knives. You wouldn't do 2 options. I don't know what you mean by it would bend. When OEMs charge more for an integral, is it because of failure rate? If it's milled wrong, you ditch the whole knife. That's one reason. It's also milling time because you're milling the entire handle out of a fucking chunk of titanium. And again, if anything goes wrong during that process, they have to chuck that whole piece out versus, a slab like this thick. So doing an integral is, from a manufacturing standpoint, much more expensive. Right. They also have to be able to get into certain areas of the handle that, with a clamshell knife or a sandwich knife, you don't have to worry about because you just have pieces you can take apart. You're not messing with that.
It's a whole different way to build it. Yeah, it uses like a 5 or 6 axis CNC machine, and it's a more sophisticated project.
Definitely more expensive. I actually have one here. I need to unbox. I don't know if you guys want me to open it. Let me know. It's Casey's design actually with Kubi, the integral. It's called the Zephyr. Looks like it's pretty cool. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I also have the new Monster Xandros S90V Black Stonewatch. That just came in too.
So many
and I got my Ben will like this. I got my bolt jig.
Nice, dude.
Dude, this thing is so much nicer than the ones I was looking at that were 3D printed. You save $20, but this thing's fucking cool.
No, you buy that other one, you waste $20.
Yeah, because it would probably break.
Yeah.
Probably be holding it together. Got to see how well it works, though.
It's got that little hole so you can drive the pin and it'll get captured in that hole on the bottom.
Yeah, it's got 2 holes. So I guess one is for the extractor and one's for the ejectors.
Exactly.
I know that guy, best mullet ever. What's up, Brant?
What up, Brant? Haven't seen you in a while, dude. Hope you're well. Anybody going to California this weekend? CCKS. I leave tomorrow.
Nice.
Come see me.
Yeah, that's this weekend. And then is Casey's knife meetup this weekend too?
I don't think it's that soon because actually, I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
I don't know either, but
Corey's doing one locally here in Phoenix.
Yeah, I saw like Brews and something. Yeah, it looked
Blades and Brews.
Sounded cool. I got like 8 emails today for some reason. I don't know if I just he has like 3 or 4 of my emails, or if he sent it out 4 times.
I only got 1 from him, so I don't know. Hopefully, a lot of people didn't get peppered. He went like that.
He said, "Damn, sounded like you wanted that to be true." Talking about the lefties dying or whatever.
Oh yeah. Hey man, we gotta have something that we can brag about.
Mick's been a member for 6 months. Keep crushing it. Much love. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you, man.
How many members do you have?
I have no idea. I could check though. I stopped doing live streams for a while, so I probably lost a bunch. Where would it be?
Well, you had a second kid, so it's excusable.
Yeah, I basically took a year off of live streams. So it says total members 87.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think I had I had over 100 at one point. Yeah, it says in the last 30 days I've gained 20, so I've gotten some people back. It's up 900%. I lost 8 people though in the last 30 days. What the heck? Probably before I came back or something. But I do have like a really affordable. Like I think my lowest one is $2. Like I'm not asking people for $5 or whatever, you know. I'm gonna try to catch up a little bit. Grady, what up? What up, Chris? I heard you were on his live stream.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Nomad EDC, I think, is the channel. They started a channel for it. It's a few guys. Check it out. If you guys haven't seen it, check out Nomad EDC.
Mike, Richter, Damian Grajeda, and our boy Chris.
There you go. Do you know those guys other than that, or?
Yeah. Whoops. What did I just do? Mike's slip joint guy. He reviews my knives. He makes leather slips. Damian, he's on Facebook a lot. He's a collector. Yeah. That dude is hilarious, man. He doesn't do it as much anymore, but he used to make these posts on Facebook that were like really good at getting engagement, and it would just be stuff like, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned," like I bought another knife, or just stuff like, I don't know. It's not a good example. He would just he'd make funny ass posts and get everybody all riled up.
Nice.
He's good at that.
$5 from TJ Titanium Justin. Check out his channel, guys. I would gladly pay extra if the budgets came with slips. I have a bunch and somehow never the size I need.
Well, I understand that. I mean,
that's what makes it budget, though.
Right, and we
or
sell
affordable
slips on our website. So
yeah, you could get it, or you could just. What you got to do is have somebody you like who makes slips make you. You could make 3 slips and cover everything.
Exactly.
Like that's what Troy used to do, right? I think he had 3 sizes.
Yeah, we had 4 sizes technically because we had a locking knife size, 3 slip joint sizes.
Come on. They don't like my thumbs up today. Give me the fireworks, dude. Trying to get them the fireworks.
Kev, I'll have to jump off in about 15 minutes.
Okay. You got a pack for Callie?
I got a pack. I have to go. My son had something printed at Office Max for school, like a presentation thing.
Oh.
And I got to go pick it up before they close.
All right. That's fair.
Dad duties.
Yep. Them's important. Ed Harrison, member for 22 months. Wore my Divo shirt today. I guess it was meant to be. Hell yeah, Ed. Thank you, sir. Kevin Smith gifted 1 Lefty membership. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
Appreciate you, dude.
So when someone gifts a membership, do you get to assign it? How does that work?
No, it gets assigned randomly.
Oh.
But it goes to somebody, I believe it goes to somebody active in the chat in the last certain amount of time or something.
Is it all done through YouTube as part of the platform? That's cool.
Yeah. Cicero became a channel member. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you.
Is that the one that just got assigned, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess it could be. Since he gifted 1 and that was one guy.
Yeah. I don't know. That was kind of either coincidental.
Lefty, if you reach for the stars, you'll touch the sky. And I think the answer might be yes, because right after that membership giveaway, he doesn't have the membership thing here yet. Well, I guess he could have signed up too. It doesn't matter. Who cares? 88
he says he bought
now. Nice. Thanks, dude. Oh, here's Richter Knives. Sup?
What up, Mike?
There's Replicant EDC.
That's Damien.
Okay. I don't think I had the name. I didn't have the name tied to the screen name.
Dude, Damien, I miss you.
Because I knew Damien from before, but I didn't know Replicant. So now, okay, put them together.
I miss your Facebook posts, dude. The ones where you get everybody riled up. You haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Stir the pot.
Stir the pot. I brought a stump lifter and got the slip from Foolish Pride.
That's
I bought
Advanced Knife Bros.
How is that knife?
I've never handled it, but it's cool. Yeah. QSP knows how to make it.
He kind of disappeared, or I guess he fell off my algorithm or whatever. I haven't seen anything from that guy in a long time.
I saw him on my algorithm chopping up something the other day.
Okay, so he's still around.
He's still around. I think it's less frequent than it used to be a long time ago. He's an OG, that guy. He's been around a long time.
Yeah. Divo, Jack Wolf, Caudabe. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I wonder why we've never approached that before.
We'd have to figure out what makes sense.
Just hasn't.
It makes it hard when we both have our own knife companies. So it's like,
that's true.
That's the reason I've done stuff with the smaller guys that don't do production, because you
should do one with Colin.
Well, Colin has a knife company. It's Divo.
Yeah, but he would probably love to work with you on a design, like, independently, and you just pay them like any designer.
Yeah. That's what I'm more interested in, is designers who maybe they make small batch stuff on their own, like the way Jacob does, or they don't have a brand. Like,
okay.
to me,
Are
that
you
makes
trying
more
to like have those people be more recognized, that kind of thing?
Well, it just makes more sense to me, right? Because for someone who has their own brand and their own
Not
distribution,
necessarily, because you might sell more if it's somebody like popular or whatever.
depends. Yes, maybe. But my
Like, I
point
think a
is,
Divo Jackwolf knife would probably do pretty well.
right, but my point, yes, maybe, but we'd have to sell twice as many to make the same amount of money. Do you know what I mean? Like
I mean, that's coming from an angle where you think everybody's trying to make, like, you know what I mean?
no, my point is, if you have your own distribution in your own company, the most efficient way to make money in that case is to distribute your own products. It's the same reason there's no US OEMs, because for them to just make knives, they can just make knives and sell them.
Yeah, but like for us, we have a shit ton of stuff we're already doing. Like, we've licensed designs we have licensed designs to Kaiser, Urban EDC, Vosteed. So like, what would the difference be? We could license one to you. That's literally what you're doing.
It is. It just makes more. You can make your own decisions, but to me, if I had a design for Jack Wolf, why should I license it when I can just produce it?
Well, so the reason for me would be, it wouldn't be like, hey, here's a design we have, you make it. It would be like we work together on a design and, like, figure it out together. So it's literally a collaboration. It's not like something we could have just made ourselves. You know what I mean?
I understand.
I get what you're saying too.
Yeah.
But that is the reason why it hasn't come up, because we're just doing our own things. Like,
yeah, it's more, the relationship makes more sense to me, generally speaking. Like, people's interests are more aligned if you are dealing with smaller guys who don't have their own distribution.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
If someone came to me and said, hey, Ben, license a design to me, I would say, why would it doesn't make sense for me to do that, because I have the means to produce it on my own. So instead of making a whatever percent royalty on this intellectual property of mine, I could implement it and invest in it and earn more money on it.
Yeah, but we could just design another knife.
We could. Let's say we designed a knife.
Well, I'm not saying us. I'm saying like Divo. We've licensed designs, but that's because we have plenty. Like, we can just.
I understand. Well, I don't.
You know what I mean?
I understand. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just explaining why.
But we're also not dropping a knife every month.
Well, it's not your full-time jobs. Like, you guys don't put as much into it, or need as much out of it.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing. That's just I'm talking about, I can only refer to myself here. And okay, so let's say we did a project together and we split everything 50-50. Well, we would have to sell twice as many than if we had just done that as individuals on our own. Could we sell twice as many? Maybe. I'm not saying we can't. It's just a different project than what it is I created with the collab series. And part of it, like you said, like, I kind of like working with the young guys, the guys in their 20s who are bringing fresh ideas and different shit. Like, I'm about to turn 45. I'm not 20 anymore. Not even close.
I like working with different people.
Yeah.
Just kind of, yeah. I mean, at this point, we've done 2 of them. We haven't released one. We've done the Fireball with Nick Stasa, and then we have the one with Nick Rogers that we're working on.
Dude, I like that. Dude, Nick's good.
Dude, I really like this one. Where is it?
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, damn.
Yeah, this is one of my.
I was like, that's a Divo, and then I was like, oh, Nick designed it. No wonder I'm in love with it.
Yeah, it's a different speed.
That's what you want.
But he had I guess he got the same idea with the inlays mounted from the inside kind of thing.
Yeah.
That you guys did. It was a little more like it was a little larger part of the design on yours. This is sort of an accent piece, but I like that.
It's fresh, man.
But yeah, dude, I love this thing. And I think it'll do well because it's just cool looking.
Yeah, I like the patterning on the pocket clip, how it ties to the tie poking through.
Yeah, dude. That was all me. That was me and the pivot too.
Yeah, the pivot.
Once I saw these inlays, I was like, we got to put triangles fucking everywhere. Dude, I wanted to put them on the backspacer, but they cut me off at that point.
I think so. Kev, you know it might be cool? I don't know if you could do it. Hold that knife back up. You know how the captured pivot on one end is sunk in due to its shape in the scale, right? Like, I wonder if you could do custom hardware on the body screws and have like one side be triangles, like pivots, basically. You couldn't have both sides be triangles, but one side could. I guess.
Well, you could. You just have to. They'd have to be a little bit bigger so you could fit a screw through them.
Correct.
But
correct.
I don't know if you'd want to do that.
Yeah.
And it would probably be cool to just have it on one side.
The
like
side
you don't necessarily need it on the clip because of these. So you could just do Chicago screws here that are triangular.
Exactly, and it would match the pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be kind of neat.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool actually. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I love this thing. And it's like a really good knife too. Like it puts in work. Like T8 triangles.
Yeah.
Basically just a mini version of the pivot.
Exactly.
If you were going to do it on both sides. Or you could just do it on one side and do a Chicago screw. Just have this side be triangular and then this side would just be, normal screw that goes into it. With triangles on the backspacer, it could be named the One Direction.
I would have vetoed your triangles on the backspacer too.
Oh yeah, dude. You know me. I got OCD, and I just wanted to put it everywhere. Like,
yeah.
Oh, we need triangles, fucking here. We need them there, dude. Even the fucking flipper tab has a triangle.
Yeah. Is that a glass breaker, bro?
You could use it as one. I think one of us mentioned that. I don't know if it was Nick or somebody was like, we could fucking advertise it as a glass. It would work too.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I like that you're designing a decent size sharpening finger choil into the knives. Makes for far easier sharpening. Yeah, I mean, we had to learn that because, we wanted to improve the knives. If you look at our first 5, 6 knives, we struggled a little bit with the plunge grinds, and so did Kubi, to be fair. So we had to push them to make it better. Then we started adding notches. I probably got that from you. Just adding literally a notch in there instead of trying to just pull back the plunge grind all the time. And then we also had to learn how to design a clip properly so it fucking goes in your pocket and is not tight as fuck. Some of our early milled clips weren't great.
Yeah, I amended mine.
What?
I amended mine for people with their double seam pants.
I mean, you should be updating or improving your design skills as you go. I mean,
yeah, we've made all kinds of inline improvements.
Yeah. Okay. if I decide. No wonder we get along. I have OCD like a mofo. Yeah.
Well, everyone, I've got to bail. It has been real.
Cool.
Come see
thanks
me.
for stopping by.
Of course, I'll be in. Let me just plug the California Custom Knife Show, Woodland Hills, California. That's west of the Burbank Airport in the San Fernando Valley, North LA. If you guys know the geography, it's near Encino. And
I know the movie.
Yeah, that's the reason I mentioned it. Caveman frozen in a block of ice underneath the swimming pool or whatever.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, dude. And Pauly Shore.
90s legend.
Oh, yeah. I showed my kids that movie not that long ago. We had a
Biodome, too? Oh,
I love Biodome, dude.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite Pauly Shore movies ever.
That one's really good. Yeah.
So anyway, I'll be there Saturday. Yeah. The show is Saturday, Sunday. It'll be a good time. We's in the juice. All right, guys. Take care.
Cool. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you. Peace. All right. Now that we got rid of that mofo. Just kidding. So what are you guys carrying? Let's hear it. I want to hear what you guys are rocking. Anything good? Anything good? Let me guess. We got some Spyderco Manix-Psi. Are it Manixes or Manix-Psi? See what else I think you guys have. Somebody's probably got. Is Rocky still here? He's probably got a Deadlock. Is that what it's called? Deadlock? Why does that sound weird now? Deadlock. Hawk Deadlock. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? I really wish they could make a different blade shape. Then I'd be interested. But I'm not going to buy a knife just to cut myself. All right, here we go. I was wondering. Nobody was answering. Now they all came flying in. The new Kaiser Boley S45. Yeah, nice, dude. O. Show is killing it, which reminds me. Well, I'll show you guys this after I go through these, but I finally have the final packaging for the bit drivers, the Divo O. Show screwdriver. I'll show you guys that after these, after I go through your guys' knives, because I'm going to be talking for a minute. Just got a CRKT Crossbones yesterday. Damn, Matt, that's crazy, dude. The Crossbones was like 2019. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that one's been around a minute. Such a cool knife, and it's like a cool concept. You know, just it looks like a fucking bone. It's called the Crossbone. It's just a great marketing setup on that. Grady's gear. He has a GEC number 35. Johnny on the spot. Sick, dude. I'm not a big GEC guy, but I totally get the appeal and why people are into it. Thomas EDC Gates has the Cold Steel Recon 1 Tanto and S35BN. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Rolf Kubi Mizo and a Vosteed Mink. I'm trying to remember the Mink. Was that a fixed blade? Grip. There's a classic. He's got a grip. Which one you got, dude? You got the one with the hole? So she said. Every time I think of the grip, dude, I think of that guy. He had a channel forever, and then he quit. Fuck was his name? JT's Knife Life. You guys remember JT's Knife Life? Nip Light and the new beef. He's got the beef. Dude, I unboxed the beef the other day, and I was thoroughly confused. Now, sure, I could have done research beforehand, but I really like going into unboxings blind. I feel like that's very important to get like a real raw reaction, you know? But I do think that they should have just told me. Maybe they did. They should have just told me about the extra stuff in there but you can buy. So the beef comes with, you just get the knife, but then you can buy like an extra box, which comes with a bunch of like beef swag. It's very strange. I think it's a decent knife, but it's a very strange knife to like put all this marketing effort into, with the extra packaging and the whole like storyline and shit with all the 90s stuff. That's a lot of marketing effort that went into that, and it's just like a crossbar lock hard use knife or something. Like it just doesn't seem, I don't know, it's weird. But hey, people like it, whatever. You guys should check it out. Check out my video on the beef. Use my code Lefty EDC. You get 10% off at Flytanium. I would personally recommend you check out the Arcade Light. You'll save some money, probably. Actually, I think they're like the same price. But I think that one's a cooler knife. And you get the shark lock instead of a crossbar, which if you make me choose, probably go with the shark lock. Not that I'm a big fan of either, but anyway, that's what TJ's got. Does anybody call you TJ? I just do it so I don't have to say Titanium Justin. You know, I can turn that into 2 syllables. Cicero, dude, I'll sound like a simp. I got a stout V2 in dark matter glow. Fuck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you. Flicking the best tech, Fairchild. Is that a big ass knife? Kind of remember that being a big ass knife. Steve. Jesse Adams. He's got the ABW slip joint and a Cypher 2. Sick, dude. Those are 2 very different knives. If I'm thinking of the Cypher, is that the Microtech Cypher, or is it the big ass OTF, the OTF knife that I'm thinking? I don't know. It's one of the 2. I don't think Microtech made a 2, so it's probably the OTF from, who made that OTF? Was that Heretic, or was it Maxace? I don't know. Remet WK1, the Illusion, and a For Sale M390 no name. What is a For Sale? That's an interesting name, For Sale. That's great. He's got the downdraft today at work. Hell yeah, Kev. Cool pickup. He's got the deadlock. That's what I thought. Got the custom. Is that the one that you got after it got lost on the way back to you when, or it didn't get lost? He got it. He let me borrow it to make a video. I sent it back to Rocky, and somebody shot his deadlock with like a 45. I mean, it literally looked like somebody shot this deadlock, $1,700 knife, with a 45 ACP. It was all messed up. And then I got money actually from Pirate Ship. However that works. I got the money from the insurance, and I gave it to Rocky, and Hawk Knives was kind enough to make him a new one. And he got like an upgraded one and shit, which was cool. And I think that's the one he's talking about. Just got my first Riyadh in today, the PLXF. Cool. Is that the pivot? Yeah, pivot lock for sure. Jim Miller's got a CJRB Sasaya, Kaiser Muskrat, and a K-Bar Barlow 70s vintage. I don't think I've ever seen that one in the K-Bar. That's cool, dude. Hell yeah, Jim. Iron butter knife. Sold 3 knives today. Or sorry, to buy a Talon. Well. So you talking about the Hawk Knives Talon? Or is it Surge? I forget. But, you know, Hawk Knives made it. Looks cool, dude. Which reminds me, guys, he sold 3 knives. I'm doing a Whatnot stream on Saturday night. If you guys want to check it out, I posted about it. And actually, if you want, I can put the link. I'll put the link in this QR code thing. And Whatnot is an app where you can sell stuff on. It's like a live stream, and then you sell stuff as you go. It's really cool. I've enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be stupid, but then I tried it and I actually really liked it. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll put a link where that QR code is. You just got to scan that sucker. Let me put it in there. Knife sale. Fuck yeah, dude. All right. So that QR code now has the Whatnot link if you guys are interested. Basically, you just the way I do it is I do all the knives as auctions and I start at $0, and I just see what I can get for the knife. So a lot of the knives, most of them are pass around knives that came back to me after they went around the group. Usually they're still in like really good shape. I'll show the knife on camera and you guys will see it and everything, see the condition. But because they're pass around knives that came back, they were also knives that were sent into the channel. I'm not a retailer who has to get a certain amount for each knife. So I just started at $0. If you get a premium knife for $20, you get a premium knife for $20. I mean, that hasn't happened, but there's definitely been plenty of deals in those live streams. So I've done it a few times, and I figured my shelf started filling up again. So I figure it's time to knock some out. I have a bunch of Kaisers, a bunch of Rosecrafts, Concepts. I have a Berg Blades knife. I have a Pyrotech like steak knife. I have one Reich knife. I have their tactical scissors too. I have a Kubi, a KB. There's some others, Tenables. There's a bunch of stuff. I'll probably grab some other knives out of my case that are that have been sitting here. So it should be like 30, 40 knives, and you guys can get good deals on them. And we get to hang out is the other part, you know. And I usually give away a couple knives too. So definitely check out the Whatnot stream Saturday at the same time as this live stream, 9:30 p.m. Saturday. That new bit driver is fire. Yeah, I'll show you guys the bit driver in a second. TC Blade, what up, dude? What up, TCC? Check out his channel as well if you have not. We got another channel in the house, Sever 7. Check his shit out. Spearhead Ashes, dude. I'm telling you, check out my video on that, and then go check out Derek's video on it if he has one. That knife is fucking incredible. The build quality, the execution is bananas for the price that they're selling those at. But there's one issue, the damn pocket clip. They just need to make the pocket clip fucking usable. So if you don't care about pocket clips, or you can deal with a very tight pocket clip, that Spearhead Ashes is fantastic. Like, it literally is one of the nicest feeling knives. I don't know how to explain that. Like, just the action and the feel of it. Derek might be able to back me up here if he agrees. I'm not sure. It just feels incredible. Like, it feels like $1,000 knife, the way it operates and everything. But they just need to fix the damn clip, and they need to Loctite the studs. So if they do those two things, they have a freaking home run on their hands. They just need people to see it. But I really like that. It had a sick grind too. It was like a dual grind, a compound grind, but it was like unique. It was really good. Really like that knife. So check out the Ashes. Mick can't wait for the small boy in production, dude. Here it is. In productionis, you can see all of these knives have cardboard or tape hanging off of them because I use them. Big Jim sharpened both of these up for me. That's why they have a mirror edge, basically. But yeah, dude, I love the small boy. I'm really excited about this. Yeah, and there's going to be plenty available, so don't you worry. Yes, the Fixies, talking about the Vosteed Mink. Awesome. My fixed blade is a Kaiser Quartz. Okay, that's a new one too. Sick. I remember JT, says Brad. Awesome. Glad some people remember him. Kelly's Mishmash. What up, Kelly? Welcome. Also a channel member, by the way. Thank you very much. TCC with the White Mountain Knife Sail Fin and the Binge. Hell yeah, dude. Two very nice knives right there. If I do say so myself. And I do. The Maroni. Oh, I also have the Auxiliary Manufacturing Pocket Bowie. Dude, where are you coming up with these names? Auxiliary Manufacturing Pocket Bowie? Bowie? Whatever. The For Sale and Auxiliary Manufacturing. Okay, that's it. We're going to look these up. Are they on Amazon or something? Okay, guys. We're going to go down a rabbit hole. I apologize in advance. For Sale Knife. Yep, they are on Amazon. Figured. Not a fan of that. DC-53 blade. What the heck is DC-53? So, just so you know, this is the same exact brand as Ned Foss or what's the other one? Lothar. I'm pretty sure these are all the same manufacturer. I mean, they look identical to the ones they make. Like, look at this knife right here. And then that one looks nice. Maybe they made some better ones these days. Oh, they got rid of the wood-handled shit. Here we go. See? Look at this knife and that knife, and then look at that For Sale knife. It's the same damn thing, I'm telling you. They're all made in the same factory. These look cool, though. The Raphael and the Challenger. They look cool. That's a freaking hollow grind, dude. Inlaid Damascus G10. Okay. Dude, I might have to answer their Instagram messages. See if I can get a hold of these. I just stopped answering because I was getting kind of bored of their knives. Those look good, though. What was the other one? Auxiliary. Man, I swear Google's just listening all day. Blade HQ sells their stuff. Okay. These look like off the grid knives. OEM services. Okay. Are there knives? Like, how do I look at the catalog? Okay, that's okay. Okay, that looks very uncomfortable, but this is what he's carrying right now. This is the Pocket Bowie. Okay. I mean, that looks cool. I like the sculpting on the handle. Looks really cool. And then they have a lock. Okay, that's what you have, right? The locking one, I guess. I think that other one was a fixed blade. A little bit of lock bar access there gives it away. So it's a folding knife. That looks cool, actually. $2.99 though? M390. I mean, I get it, but oof. Weave carbon M390 milled tie. Okay. You know, who's making these? They making them? They say they're making them. I mean, it could very easily just be Migron. USA? No fucking way. Bevel grinding, bead blasting, tumbling, laser work, hand wrapping consulting? What? No way. These are USA made, is what they're telling me. I guess it could be, but it looks okay. I mean, he's sharpening a knife. I mean, that's pretty cool. He has that video, though. Built in Reno. I'm wondering, though. Aha! I knew it. I fucking knew it. Look at that. Right here, dude. I called it. Just looking at the goddamn milling on the knife, I could tell you who the OEM was. God damn, I'm good. Partnering with Megaron Knives. So he's not making folding knives. He will do those services for you for fixed blades, I guess. God damn, I'm good. Sorry. I'm impressed with myself on that one. They upgraded the steel and used T8 Torx. You talking about the beef? Let me try to catch up. It's a Microtech OTF that looks like an axial worn clip. Yeah. Okay, that is the Cypher. What was I thinking of, dude? What's the other one they have that it's a folding knife? It's a very popular design, but kind of disappeared lately. I thought it was called the Cypher, no? It must have a similar name. There was like an actual production version of it through the guy who designed it. Sigil. That's what I'm thinking of. The Sigil. Sorry. Cypher. Yeah, so it is a Microtech. My bad. I sell on Whatnot too. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure who was on there Saturday at 9:30. I didn't want to be stepping on a bunch of toes, but it's really the only time I could do it. So, Lefty, it's a really sweet little recurve drop point, stonewashed ironwood scales on a polished steel frame, top flipper only, liner lock, reversible clip, super snappy, really small, $69. Sorry, I just had to do that. Sick. Mini bug out. Okay. Whatnot? Let's just say they know me. How much money you spend on Whatnot, Rocky? I've gotten some deals from you. That's right, dude. That's right. That's right. You were cleaning up one night, weren't you? I think that was you who was buying everything. No map pricing with Kev. That's true. That's true. $2. I'm exhausted, guys. I have to cut out. Okay, dude. You have a good night, sir. Peace. All right, let me quickly show you. Those scissors are dope. Yeah, the Reich ones. I just don't have anywhere to really use them, so I figure I'll put them on there. See if I can get some dough for the scissors. Chavez Ultramar kickstop. That's a good one, dude. All right, so the bit driver. Let's talk about the bit driver. I don't have the final pricing yet, but it'll be like 100. It'll be like 99 to 120 on the driver alone, and then if you want the driver and the base, it'll be closer to 200. We had them made by Get Good Screw. They're a very good OEM of bit drivers, but they, they're expensive. They're kind of like the Riot of bit drivers, I guess. Look at it that way. So here's the packaging. Finally got it dialed in. I'm waiting on the final labels to get here. And then we actually had to send back one of the versions of the driver and the base. We did a polished titanium, so a mirror polished titanium, which looks fucking sick. But the way they packaged it like the other ones, where they just put them in Ziploc bags, and then they put all of them together in one big Ziploc bag. So individual Ziploc bag, then a big Ziploc bag, and then each version was in its own manila envelope kind of thing. But the polished ones are mirror polished. So like you can't put them together where they can rub and bounce and shipping and shit. So there's like marks and scratches on the mirror polished ones from that. So I had to send them all back to Get Good Screw. So depending on when they finish those and when we get them back, we might just sell those later. I really want to get the ones I have here out because I've had them for like months at this point. But part of using Get Good Screw was they don't do packaging. They're not like a turnkey OEM where they'll do a box and shit for you too. So we had to figure that out. So we sourced tubes. They actually helped us source these tubes for the bit driver, and then this tube for the set. And then we had to design a label, and I have to put the labels on. So it's a little more involved than normal OEM, where you just kind of get them, you check them, and you sell them, you know? So here's the bit driver by itself. This is the packaging for that. So it's a O.show design. And then obviously it's a Divo product. It is called the screwdriver because we name all of our stuff after alcohol-related things. Irony is I don't drink anymore, but Colin does. He holds the fort down. So a screwdriver is a drink that is orange juice mixed with vodka. So that's where we got the idea for the name. And then had the idea to make the driver look like a glass and make it look like a screwdriver. So that is the packaging. You have screwdriver right there. And then on the side, it says manufactured by Get Good Screw. And these come in, these will just be in a tube. So you remove the end cap on the tube. I like to remove both. So you just take both off. That way you can just push it out instead of trying to, like, you know, weasel it out of there. So it's just a tube. They will come with 2 bits because the driver holds 2 bits. So it'll come with 2 bits. And I think we're going to do that for all of them, even the ones with the base. I was gonna load out the whole base, but it's just so many bits, and you know, I want to use at least Weehaw bits. And it's going to get expensive if we start adding 12 fucking bits in there. So this one is the like stonewashed version. It's kind of like blast and tumble style. You can see the areas in the milling and stuff are satin or whatever, more polished. And then you have the blast and tumbled outer side, which looks cool. And you have a bearing on the back side. It's not going to be like it's not going to be like a Get Good screwdriver that spins for 2 minutes. It's a different design. The way this is designed, the cap goes over the bearing and then screws into this bottom part. And it just doesn't allow for 2 minutes of spinning. That's not the point of the driver. It does spin nicely, though. And if you have it in your palm, you can obviously spin it real easily. So the party trick on the screwdriver is that you can open it up. So it has threading, and then it has an internal section. You can add another bit here. So you can put a bit in here. We have good magnets in here. Nice retention, not a bunch of movement. So you have that, and then you can hide one bit in there, and then obviously put another bit in the front. So again, nice strong magnet. You don't have a bunch of wobble. And if you guys follow the channel, you've obviously seen me use this a million times. The one I've been using for a long time. This is the final prototype from Get Good Screw I've had for a long ass time. So that is the bit driver by itself. Take the bits out of here. It's really easy to screw. And once you have it tightened down, depending on the finish, it's either very difficult to see the seam, or like with this one, it's part of the kind of aesthetic of the two-tone look. So you can see the seam there on this one. So I'll put that back later. So this is the version with the base. So we ordered 100 total, and we have 50 of them with the base and driver, and then we have 50 of them with just the driver. So we figure some people are just going to want the driver, and some people want the full set. So we did it that way. We don't know if people are going to buy a bit driver, so we didn't order a ton. We just ordered 100. But here's the packaging. The final label will be taller, so it'll be the same label. It'll just be cover more area. It's just one final thing we're doing in production there. Screwdriver again. You have the big ass thing. We're also going to have die cut stickers of this. So we'll have a sticker with each one that comes that'll be cut out. It looks like the driver. Should be pretty cool. Manufactured by yada yada. And then the lids on these pop up, or you could pop it out from the bottom. That might be easier. Actually, I'm going to do it from the top so I don't have to. It's going to be harder to put back in later. So you have foam in there. Take this part out. Your bit driver comes out. It's still in the Ziploc. Then you can shake out the base. This is the splatter ano version. These are going to be, I think these and the mirror polish are going to be more expensive. These were like ridiculously expensive. It added like $40 to do the splatter ano, but I thought it looked so cool. I wanted to do it, so we did a version with the splatter ano. But again, you have the same driver, just with this really cool splatter ano. They're all titanium, by the way. Same spinner on there, and you can see on this one, you can't even make out the seam on it until you go to loosen it. Then you can see it. So it is very well done. And then here's the base. So this has 10 slots, and they all have a magnet in them. So you can put bits in there. They are round, so they're easier to get the bit in, and then the magnet holds it in. I don't recommend you put all your bits in and then spin it, depending on how fast you spin it. Like the magnets are good. It's the same magnets, but you might throw your bits everywhere, so just be careful. But you can use it kind of like a fidget toy if you want to. It basically works like a spinner. Has a bearing in there. These spin a bit better than the actual driver thing does, but it's really cool. And then there's a magnet in here and a magnet in here. So I had this idea so that you can magnetize your driver to the base. And if you're careful and it's empty, it is strong enough to hold the base. But once you add bits, it won't be. And the idea there is once you add the bits, obviously, you don't want to pick up your driver and have it take the base with it, right? You want to be able to just pick it up and use it. So the magnet is strong enough to let it stand like this and not knock over super easy. You can still knock it over. But if you bump it a little bit or whatever, it'll kind of stabilize. And then when you need it, you just pick it up. Okay. So that's the bit driver and the bit driver and base. So you can buy it like this and you can buy it like this. Okay. And that's the packaging. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited about it. We've been working on this for quite a bit. So I'm hoping people like it. Let me see if anybody has questions. I still want the tall boy. Yeah, we'll do the tall boy again next year, probably end of the year next year, because we have this small boy that's going to drop early in the year. And then we'll probably do a tall boy V2 or something at the end of the year. I have entirely too many Divos. Damn it. I love them so much. Hell yeah. Hate Nate. Appreciate that, dude. That's awesome. Yep. Still going through the chat from last live. Knife prices are crazy. I bought my large Crooked River in 2018. It was a $350 Aussie dollars. I looked yesterday. It's 500. Yeah, Brad, but that's not just knife prices. That's Benchmade prices have gone cuckoo. Like Benchmade is the one there, I think. Megaron has a couple knives over 300. I noticed. Yeah, that's OEM'd by Megaron, so the price makes sense. Although I know that guy paid like $120 for that, so I don't know. Whatever, $300 is fair. He's got to ship it in. He's got to, there's a lot going on there. No, he's not saying. The fixed blades are made in the U.S. The folder is not. He does disclose that somewhere on the website, so I appreciate that. But yeah, if you were reading his headlines and stuff, you might think it's made in the U.S., like I did for a second. So, he's not really doing anything wrong. But I had a question earlier, not political, but are the tariffs affecting knife prices for imports and locally made knives in the U.S.? Yes, it's affecting the knives coming in, obviously, on imports. It's not going to affect locally made knives because most of the materials being used are U.S. materials, or they're here already, I guess. But on imported knives, yeah, there's tariffs being paid. Whether people are increasing the pricing is another thing. So, like, we're trying to avoid that. But you're paying more for the tariffs. Actually looking to buy my son his first knife. Finally. Awesome, Thomas. Mick is in on the driver. Hell yeah. Hate Nate is in on the driver. Hell yeah. Have 2 Get Good screwdrivers. They're awesome. Yeah, they are sick. But that's why I wanted to make sure you guys know it's not going to spin for 2 minutes like theirs. It's just they designed the back of that. I mean, that thing is crazy. And it uses ours uses a white ceramic bearing because of the magnets. We couldn't use the shielded metal bearings that they use because it would mess with the magnets. So those bearings they use are actually part of why they spin so sickly. I'll look of your new driver, Kev. I'll be picking one up. Hell yeah, Paul. I have those Get Good Screw titanium dragon scales for my bug out. They're badass. Oh, sick, dude. Yeah, they sent me some to give away a while ago. Are you going to offer the driver and holder for sale separately as well, or is it just a combo? So, Mick, it's going to be the driver will be available separately, and then a set will be available. So you won't be able to buy a base by itself, if that makes sense. I would think pen makers like Tactile would have been making some sick bit drivers, but I guess not. It's actually a funny story, dude. I asked them if they would make it for us. I talked to a few OEMs here before I went to China, and as usual, wasn't able to, they said they didn't have machine time till whenever, and then, it was going to be a whole mess. And they said it was it is a very complicated design. It's part of the reason why it's a little more expensive to make. Having the magnets where they are, the design of the base, I don't know. It just was apparently a more complicated design than people are used to. You have to remember when you're doing something like a bit driver, they can't make this on at least I don't think they can make this on a standard CNC machine. They have to use a lathe. You need like a Swiss lathe, I think, to make that. So I think that's why you see like Get Good Screw makes drivers. And you don't see knife companies just making drivers left and right. I think that has something to do with it, because a Swiss lathe versus very nice like 5-axis CNCs, it's just a different type of machine. Most companies like in China that do knife making, they have the nice CNC machines, and then there's like one shop in China that turns out a ton of screws. Like there's like a couple shops that make hardware, and then there's a lot of the OEMs that are making the rest of the knife, if that makes sense. When do those drop again? I have no idea. I'm waiting for the final labels to get here. Just ordered them today, actually. They should be done pretty quick, week or so. And then I gotta put them all together. I gotta put the packaging together and figure all that shit out. And then I gotta see if we're gonna sell some to dealers. I know I talked to some dealers that wanted some, so probably do that. And maybe try to sell most of them direct, just so we have something on our website. I feel like we never have anything in stock, so it'd be kind of nice to have something there. And we also have mugs. We're going to be doing a drop on our mugs. Hopefully for Halloween, we're going to do the skull mug. I'll show you guys. It's not just like a Teespring mug. It's nice. So this is the one we were planning on dropping for Halloween, because it has our skull logo on it. So this is actually our first US made product. So these are handmade or whatever in Minnesota by Deneen Pottery. So these are like legit fucking nice mugs. Here's the card. They gave us a bunch of these, handmade in the US, 50 plus years. Deneen Pottery, if you want to check them out. But they're microwave safe, washing machine, dishwasher safe. And these have the skull Divo logo on them. We have a blue one like this, and we have a gray and purple one like this. So these are the mugs. I think they're going to be like $30 probably, $29.99 plus whatever the shipping cost is. These weren't especially cheap either. I know some people, like if you go to Jack Wolf, Ben, I think he sells his, same company. I think he sells his for like 40 or something. So, we're trying to make it as affordable as we can, but we got to make some money. So I think they're going to be like $29 plus shipping, but they're really nice. Like they're worth it. I bought one of Ben's so I could test out the brand and stuff, and I fucking love it. I mean, I still use that mug constantly. So those are two things that we should have on our website within the next month. We should have like inventory of mugs and bit drivers available, which will be nice because, again, we never have stuff in stock. And then we have the saloon coming too. That's literally on the boat right now coming to us. So I'd give $100 for one. Yeah, I think probably the standard ones, like the Bead Blast, the Stonewash, and the machine satin. Those will probably be like $100, and then the mirror polish and the splatter anno, they might. I gotta see what we paid. They might be like $150 or $125 or something, and then the set will be, I don't know, $180, something like that. And of course, the more premium finishes, those might be like $220 for the set. I don't know. I got to look at it, but it's not going to be the cheapest bit driver, but it shouldn't be the most expensive either. And that's considering it comes, I'm talking around $200 with, a really nice base and a driver. I think that's a good deal. Shouldn't it be called the Screw Divo? The Get Screwed by Osho Divo. Yeah, I love that version. Definitely want that one. Sick. It's Get Good Screw. What was I gonna say? Oh, so you said you love that version. So here's the thing. I told you we ordered 100, right? So there's 10 of each thing. Okay, so there's 10 splatter anno driver only, and there's 10 splatter anno sets. So technically there's 20 with splatter anno, but depending on the version you want, driver and base, there's only 10. So just putting that out there. But that was they had 5 finishes, and I figured, fuck it, we'll just do all of them. So Bead Blast, Machine Satin, Blast and Tumble, Mirror Polish, Splatter Anno. Those are the 5. 10 driver only, 10 set with base. Hopefully that makes sense. And depending on when I talk to the dealers, I'm hoping that if a dealer wants some, that I can convince them to just take a whole version as an exclusive. So like they'll take all 20 of the bead blasted ones, if that makes sense. So then we can just say bead blasted ones are available at X, instead of like having, selling them 5 of these and 5 of those. It'd just be easier. I like the plain tie. Yeah, I really like the just machine satin. This is what I usually buy with bit drivers. I'll show you because I have these 2 right here. These are the only like premium drivers that I kept, actually. I had a bunch. This is the Audacious Concepts V1 or something like that, which I really like. Has really good knurling, but it's a little longer than I want. And then this is the V5 from them, and I really like this one too. It doesn't spin like it obviously spins in your hand like this. It's great, but you can't like spin it at all. It just stops. But this one's like a little bit too small. So the screwdriver is like perfect. It's right in the middle between the 2 sizes. I don't have that lined up perfectly. Hold on, let me see. It's very hard to show you guys. What could I put them on? Let me get like a... This is probably going to end badly, but show you. So this is the V1 from Audacious Concepts. This one's not going to be standing. Let me get the driver or the bit out of here. I'll just compare these two. This is the screwdriver. So you can see the size difference. And then here is the V5. So it's closer to this one than that one, but the ball is a little deceptive. See if I can show you. There you go. It's a little more of a difference in person than it looks. It's probably like half an inch, maybe. I don't know. I'm very particular with dimensions. And like, so the Get Good screwdriver, they came out with their driver and it was way too big. Then they made like a small one, and that one was too small. And I kept urging them to make like a medium one, and they finally came out with like a schmedium size. And that was like the perfect size for the Get Good screw. I think they mostly did it because of Nick Shabazz, but I'm going to pretend that I had something to do with it too. I don't know, man. He says you're probably going to have to order a second batch, just saying. Bit drivers, I'm skeptical on. I just don't know if people are going to buy bit drivers, dude. So my theory is certain versions, like the Splatter Anno and maybe the machine satin, maybe the mirror polish, that those will sell really, really well. And then we'll just be sitting on the other versions. But we'll see. Maybe people will be into it. Real drivers, but with a toy feel. I like that. Yeah, dude. Originally, Oleg actually had the base designed symmetrically, so the bottom looked just like the top. It had this indent and everything. But as much as that was cool to have it be like just like a fidget spinner, it literally was a fidget spinner, I think. We wanted it to have a flat base so that it was stable, we didn't want it to be just a fidget, that kind of defeats the purpose. So, but it really does work as like a spinner if you want it to. You can sit there and play with it. So she said, it's not going to be as fun. Like, certain angles, it kind of binds up the bearing, I think. Yeah, see how it stopped? And that's just because of it's got this plate down here. It's got a little bit of movement in it or something. But for the most part, you can fuck with it. And it spins really well. Obviously, the most fun is just doing this over and over. And for my hand, large glove size hand, pretty normal size hand, it fits like perfectly. It has two little holes. That's what she said, or he said. See if I better to show you here. It has two holes on this bottom part, so you can literally just take like two screws. Okay, hear me out. I know some people are gonna get tempted to want to stick like pliers in there or whatever, but Oleg made a good point. You can literally just take like two screws and stick them in the ends of those. And then you just hold those screws, and then you have enough leverage to just spin the cap off. Now, I tested a few. I found that I could literally just use my finger pressure, and I could screw it up. I didn't try this one. This is the prototype. So disregard that. Show you on this one. I should probably be able to get it. So I just kind of push up on the base and then spin it. Of course, this will be the one I can't get. Yep, can't get it. So that's why the holes are there. I don't know why you'd have to take it apart, maybe to clean the bearing, but there we go. So they're not like Loctited shut or anything. I'll just show you what it looks like inside. So here's the cap. And then here's the bearing. And then the magnet is here on a screw that goes into the post. So you can unscrew this. You just want to take you could use like a Leatherman, or I use a Knipex pliers that doesn't have smooth jaw. You could probably find an adjustable monkey wrench or something because it has flats, and you just unscrew that, and then the bearing comes out and this comes off. And then you obviously just put it back together, tighten it down. This slides up, and then you drop the cover on, find the threads. Make sure you don't cross thread. Tighten it down, and you just want to do it hand tight again, like so. And now you're back in action. So I know we're going to get questions about those holes. So she said, but you literally can put like, you could put like 2 metal toothpicks in there just so you have leverage to turn the cap. It's real easy to turn the cap. So that's how you take it apart. And the base is even easier. Say that usually. You just put pressure down on your finger, turn it, and then this comes apart like so. You have what looks kind of like a fidget spinner cap thingy. Here's the bottom portion. I mean, I see why that splatter anno is expensive. I mean, they're definitely doing something crazy to this. Here's the bottom plate. So you just put this on. Bearing goes on to the screw. The threads here. Okay. Then you put the base through that. Make sure the bearing goes in, obviously. Or maybe, let me do it this way, actually. Take the bearing first and drop it in. Push that in. Drop. I'm going to drop this part in. The button, so to speak, like you would say on a fidget. Push that through the bearing. Drop the screw on. Tighten it down, and then you can flip it over and tighten it the rest of the way. And then you just go, again, you go hand tight till it stops turning for you. And then you're back in action. So it's super simple construction, and it works well. So you could technically try different bearings and shit if you're a weirdo like me. The size isn't a really common one. I forget what it is, but it's not the one that a lot of people use for like skate bearings or whatever. Let me see. Got to get the small boy in the driver. Hell yeah. Is it going to be available for Sezzle? Yeah. Yeah. The ones that sell on our website you'll have Sezzle as an option. We have Sezzle on our site. And most dealers have something like that. Left, your design identity is set. Very smart. 86% passed on to the final consumer. Ain't my fault. I know about it. I don't know what that means. Yes on the driver. I have shit ton of drivers, but I'll still order one from you, Kev, because it's you. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Well, there's no point. The base won't fit any other driver. Oh, you mean there's no point in selling the base separately? Well, I guess we could have ordered a few extra in case somebody buys the driver and then wants a base. Like, think about it, Kev. If somebody, maybe they came along after they were sold out, like all the sets are sold out, and they buy the driver, and then they're like, oh, there's a base, and they want to buy one. It'd be cool to have some, but we just, we can only do what we can do. So we went with driver only and then the full set. Because some people are going to want to put it in a pouch or a travel kit or something. And some people don't give a shit about a base. They don't store it on their desk, or, maybe they put it in a drawer or something instead. So those people are just going to want to pay for a driver. They're not going to want a set. Dog One says mugs. So I guess that was before I brought up the mugs. Still consider I still carry my Divo more than half the time, Arctic Blue, and luckily picked up the 80s Neon Splash Divo Stout. Still want the premium bender to get made. So, hey, Alien, we licensed the bender to Remet. So Remet is as far as I know, they're making the bender. They were making samples the last time I checked with all the updates we wanted to make. So it should be coming out from Remet. Like a cup. Yes, like a cup. It's not a knife thing. It's not a knife thing. I need the new mug. Hell yeah, dude. Purple? Yep. Oh, and the mug is they list it as 14 to 16 ounces, I believe. 14 to 16 ounces. So it's probably going to hold 13, you know what I mean? If that's the most it holds. But I've had coffee with it or whatever. As long as I don't put my whipped cream in there, it holds it just fine. If I have an 8-ounce cup of coffee with creamer and stuff. So you talk with Brian Winters ever? It's close to the Factor 4 drop. No, I haven't talked to Brian in a while. I used to. But yeah. I love his stuff, man. I love how, innovative he is. Excuse me. But the sci-fi design stuff doesn't do it for me, if that makes sense. All the mugs Lefty. Yep. Estimated price point on the Saloon. It'll be the same as Tall Boy or Fireball. So it'll start at $219. And then you can use 10% codes and bring it down to $199. And they're S90V and titanium, and they have inlays. Most of them have camo carbon inlays, but there's some full tie versions as well with milling, which will be cool. Answered that about the Winter Blade. Is it the mini driver? No. The little one with the ball. It's the Audacious Concepts V5, I think it's called. They're a company out of Finland or Denmark. One of those countries, Scandinavian countries, but they're made in China, as far as I understand. So I do really like their drivers, though. Those are definitely recommendable if you don't like ours. Who do I have to 86 to get a splatter set? Laugh out loud. We need to talk. Yeah, I mean, once I get the those labels and I can actually sell somebody a set and not feel like I'm giving them an incomplete product, we can figure that stuff out. If you guys want first dibs. I mean, you know, I just got to make sure we're not, you know, if there's not a certain version going to dealers. We definitely wanted to keep the splatter anno ourselves, because if we sell that to a dealer with the dealer pricing, and those are going to get out of control expensive, I think. So we'd rather sell them ourselves and have them be still like reasonable. But yeah, so once I know which ones we're selling directly, I'll happily, you know, if you guys want first dibs or something, maybe I don't know if I could do like a channel member thing. I don't know if you can do that. We'll have to figure that out, but definitely hit me up when I start talking more about a drop for them, or if you see an email about a drop or whatever, just hit me up. I'll happily help you guys out. Definitely don't mind doing that. They're going to fly out in 2 minutes. I'm telling you, man. They're going to be gone the same day. I'm telling you, I just have a feeling that bit drivers are going to be different. I could be wrong. If they do great, then hell yeah, man. Maybe we'll make more. We'll see. I like that it can be a mini. Oh, yeah. So what I do is you take it apart like this. So you have the mini version like this, and you even have this that you can use kind of like a finger bit. Now it's not as good as a finger bit because you don't have as, you know, it's rounded. You don't have as tight of a grip. Now, especially if you have a little bit like this, if you're dealing with like a barrel on a knife, like let's say your knife has a spinning barrel and you need 2 drivers, you can go at it like this. As long as you don't need a shit ton of leverage, then you want a finger bit where you can grip it like this, and it's not going anywhere, right? But in a pinch, if you need 2 drivers, you can definitely use this. The way I set it up is I have a T8 in the front, and then I have a T6 in the rear. And I keep it like that. And then whenever I come across T6, which is the most common secondary size, then I just unscrew it, and I don't have to take the bit out and then put it up here. I just use this, you know. Usually a T6 doesn't require more torque than you can get with the mini portion, you know. Olex actually had or has a design for this. It's a different version, but it had like another threaded area. So you could fit 2 bits in it and the one up front, but you have to unscrew like 2 sections. I just feel like that could lead to, you know, like loosey-goosey feel, or you could easily unscrew it, you know. Luckily, that doesn't happen often where I'm like trying to tighten something and I break the threading on here and loosen it. Yeah, it's very rare that happens. But if you had 2 in there, I think it would start getting iffy. Put these back. Oh, we got a $20 donation, dude. Hate Nate, got a long day. Glad you're doing the lives again, Lefty. I'll definitely be getting a screwdriver for show and a mug. Hell yeah, dude. And every Divo coming up. Holy balls, man. My wallet hates me. Much love, Lefty. Much love, everyone. Dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, dude. 20 bones. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, we have 3 knives coming up soon. The Saloon, which is going to be a direct sale knife, so we'll sell it directly, and then there's like 5 or 6 dealer exclusive versions. And then we have the Lush V2 with traditional pocket knives dropping, and then we have the Growler XL with White Mountain knives dropping. Those are all literally like on the way or about to ship. So get ready for a holiday season full of Divos, baby. Timing's actually pretty good for once. Hopefully. Usually we end up dropping shit like at the worst time. Alien says you gotta buy and fill a garbage can with water, put a hole through the cover, and you can blow through test mags all day at home. It's totally legal. And you're a legal consultant, legit consultant. What the hell you say? What the hell he say? No, I get you. I'm not doing that. Dude, I could just put a can on my lever gun and shoot 38 special, and I don't think anybody would notice. Like, I could do that in my backyard and pop off some groundhogs. Nobody would notice. And I'm in a neighborhood. It's that quiet. But I probably won't do that. I want to get a 17 HMR just for fun. I feel like that's such a cool little round. Demon Knock. What's up, dude? Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Tariffs, 86%. Land on the final consumer. Gotcha. Yeah, not really. As of right now, most knife companies are absorbing it, and the 86% doesn't hit the way you think it would. You know, it's not like 86% of what you guys would have paid. So it's not as bad as it seems. It sucks, and it is more, but so far it doesn't seem to be like it's ruining shit, but we'll see if it gets worse. Yeah. Thanks, Demon. I appreciate you, man. I know I'm probably way behind. Oh, it's 11:40. Cool. I'll probably be wrapping this up. I did want to give away one of these Griffins. I thought you guys might like one. I have all 4 versions from Katuo, and I figured it'd be nice if I gave one away to you guys. So that was my plan. I have this black one, all black. It's very nice. This one has the strongest detent, if you care about that. They're all good, though, so it's not like it's a big deal, but if you like having a strong detent, this is the strongest. Then there's the black with bronze or brass or gold. 2-tone blade. Also very nice. And then there's the black with red. Hand satin. Can't believe they're doing hand satin, selling these for $95. Like, that's crazy. Did they figure out a way to do hand satin by machine or something that nobody else knows? Or is everybody else overcharging for hand satins? Very nice on this one. Red G10 inlay, black accents. 14C and G10 on these. This one I wouldn't give away. This is the one I'm keeping because it matches my purple mini. You guys know I love the purple stuff. All the Divo prototypes I have are fucking purple. Look at this. Purple, 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 purple. And there's like 5 more back there. I just keep all the purple ones. And Colin gets all the acid washed, stone washed ones. That's stuff he loves. Plain Jane stuff. So yeah, I was going to give away one of those. I figure I'll do the giveaway. And then whoever wins, you can choose out of the 3 that I have left. So not this one, but out of the 3 I just showed, you can choose which one you want. How's that sound? Does that sound good? I think it sounds good. And then I'm going to pass around the other 2. So that's my plan. Let me catch up on the edge, EDC. What's up, dude? What's crack-a-lackin'? What's crack-a-lackin'? Show us the Divos that are coming out in the order they are. So here's the thing. I don't have prototypes right now of any of them. Yeah, I don't have any of them, dude. The Lush V2 I sent to Colin. The XL growlers, we sold the prototypes at Blade Show. And the Saloon, I guess we also sold at Blade Show. I don't know where those are. So I don't have any of the prototypes. I'm sorry. I can show you on the YouTube, though, because turns out your boy made videos on all of them. Weird, right? So, Divo Growler XL. I really don't know what order these are going to go in. So, you know, the reason I don't know, guys, is because we haven't received any of them yet. The Growler XLs are paid for. They're finishing QC and shipping them. The Lush V2s are being paid for, not quite yet paid for, but they say they're ready. So they should ship after they're paid for. But we have to figure out if we're doing air freight or shipping by boat. It's been a whole thing as of the last month. The OEMs are now pushing for boat shipping, shipping by sea, which takes like a month, versus shipping by air, which takes like a week and a half. And they're pushing that because of the tariffs. Something with the tariffs has changed. The way they use their logistics, the logistical companies they use, it's somehow, I don't know. I guess there's like a higher chance of getting stopped by customs or something. I don't know what it is. But usually the tariffs are prepaid. So that shouldn't be a concern, but I don't know what the deal is. But they were saying there's no air freight right now. And then we had the Saloon shipped, those shipped by sea. And then a week later, we were talking about the Growler XL, and Kubi said now there is a air freight option again. And it's like back and forth right now. So I'm only mentioning that because if one ships by air and the other one's shipped by boat, that's going to change which one drops, you know. As of right now, it's probably going to be the Saloon first because that one's literally on the way already, and it's been on the way for 3 weeks. So I'm going to shut up and show you here. So this is the XL Growler. This is my video on it. I did a comparison. So here is a comparison of the Growler XL. On the top here is the Growler XL. Obviously, it is a 4-inch blade. It's a freaking monster, guys. You guys asked for a big knife. We fucking delivered, okay? So I wasn't fucking around. I was like, people keep asking, when are you going to make a big knife? When are you going to make a big knife? And so we made a big motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to do an XL tall boy called the Big Boy. If the Growler does well, we'll do that. We're already going to start working on the prototype, but I'm hoping that it does well so we can, do it. But that's the Stout, guys. So that's a 3.3-inch, 7.5-inch knife right there, which is a pretty just average size knife right in the middle of the pack. Probably this is a mini Growler, 2.75-inch blade. So I mean, you can see how much bigger it is than a Stout. Like, this is not a tiny knife. Like, choked up, I have plenty of handle there. Choked back, it fits my hand. So it's a big boy, you know what I'm saying? And it's a tall knife, so it's going to be, I think it's going to be really fun. So that's the Growler XL. What did I call it? The big dog? The big dog is in. Man, I'm a loser. All right. And then this is the Lush V2. Oh, you know what? I don't even have a video of the Lush V. Oh, yeah, I do. Never mind. I do. Oh, pocket knife. So this is the Lush V2. They're made by Riot. The Growler XL is Kubi. This is Riot. So that's what they look like closed. Here I'm showing all the versions. Yep, I was smart enough to show them all open. So here's all the knives open. These are not the final versions. So don't get excited about anything here because most of them are not happening. The denim one for sure is happening. That's my favorite one. Denim micarta, and then acid washed or dark washed everything else. We're definitely doing 80s, but I think we're doing 80s with satin, but it blasted bolsters, not black bolsters. And then I think we did the purple with DLC belt satin. I think that's how we did it. But then we have a crystallized tie version, I'm pretty sure. And then we have, after I did this video, we decided to do some frame locks. So we actually did full titanium frame locks as well. There's 2, I think, and they have really cool TPK saw cut milling. So, yeah, I think you guys are really going to like the different versions we have of the Lush V2. I think that one's got a diverse selection. And we did order 5 of each version in Lefty. So there's 6 versions, and there's 5 of each Lefty. That's 35, right? No, it's 30 Lefties. I can't do math. Is it 30? I think. I was saying 35 to somebody, so I was wrong. It's 30. 6 times 5 is 30, Kev. So yeah, there should be enough for the lefties. I know I'm probably going to take 1 of each, so there's only going to be 4 of each. So I take that back. There's going to be 24 lefties, at least to start. But yeah. Okay, so that's the Lush V2. Those will be available at TPK. They are going to be more expensive than the Saloon or the Tall Boy or the Fireball, because those are premium ones with Kubi. We sell those starting at $219, and then if you have like DLC or whatever, it goes up, obviously. The Riot ones are going to be more than that because they're made by Riot. They cost more to make. We're still trying to be competitive. So I think we're hoping to be, I don't know, like around 275, maybe less if we can pull it off. We still have to figure that out with Austin at TPK. So I'm not saying anything's for sure, but I know he's on board with trying to keep it affordable. We want to make it under 300 for sure. So yeah, but it'll also be that Riot quality, so it's worth it. Trust me. All right. So that is the Lush V2. And the Lush V2, I think there's 300. And so plus the Lefty, so 330 total Lush V2s. I think the Growler XLs, we did 400, if I'm not mistaken. So there might be 400 of the Growler XLs. Now the Saloon, the Saloon is a Kubi OEM. So that one again is going to go back to that $219 retail price. This is our gun stock pattern folder. So it's based on a gun stock pattern. We did make, did we make some changes after this? I don't know. I think we got second prototypes. I think that's what this is. Yeah, I think we just did new prototypes. I don't think there's more changes. There's probably some, but I think we might have added lock bar access and changed the clip or something, but I'm really excited for this one. It's got like a spear point, sheep's foot, kind of a spear foot blade. I'm really into that blade shape. Very comfortable. It's one of my favorite knives we've done. It's like sleek and slim, but it's not like, you know, tiny either. It's a good size. I think it's a 2.9-inch blade. I'm trying to get you guys a look at the handles without having to watch the video. This is the reverse tux with polished titanium or polished DLC, which looks freaking awesome. That's a Urban Cutlery exclusive, so you can't really see it too well because it's buffering or whatever. But yeah, these are polished DLC, and the polished DLC ones are going to be M390. So they can't do a polished DLC on S90V. It just looks like shit. I think it's either because they don't want to spend the hours it would take, I guess, to do it, or it literally can't be done because of the wear resistance on S90V. Not sure. I'm sure somebody's done it, but so we were able to switch just those two versions to M390 so they could do the polished DLC. And those will have, there's two versions. One has polished DLC accents and one has Zircuti accents. So Urban Cutlery went all out on these, and that's kind of his new, that's like his new exclusive. He's going to be doing a lot. So the small boy, he's doing the polished DLC reverse tux too. I think they're going to be really sweet. But yeah, anyway, you can't see that. Sorry. I don't know why it's loading like crazy. It's stupid. There's a look at the handle. So gun stock pattern, milled clip. It'll come with wire clips, reversible for lefties because it's Kubi. They don't do lefties unless you order 300, which we're not going to do. Yeah, there's a couple of versions that are full tie. They're still liner locks. They're just full tie and not inlaid. So that is the saloon. So there you go. Those are the three knives coming soon. Good night, Someway. Have a good night, man. I got to wrap this up too. I will get the new CEO. Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. Colin's working on it. It's like it's got a Warney blade. It's kind of like a tall boy that you kind of just made really thin, you know, but also different. It just looks really nice, and we've got some cool ideas for it. So I think it's gonna be sick. You got to come up with a name for that. CEO style. Oh, I think I already did. I think we did. Maybe I think it was the Martini or something. Because you know, like James Bond, CEO style. I don't know why James Bond and a CEO go together, but you know, he likes the nice shit. Wears a tux. So the Martini sounds like a good name to me. Yeah. So the Growler XL is going to be. It's in 154 cm. So that one should be around the 150 mark before you add a 10% discount from White Mountain Knives because it's their exclusive. So I'm guessing, don't hold me to this, but I'm guessing you'll be able to get out the door for like 135 on the Growler XL. And we did do one version with G10. So that one's probably going to be closer to $100 out the door. Mini Buzz. So yeah, I talked to Jesse yesterday. He's the guy from Urban Cutlery. It's going to be his exclusive. We're just figuring out how we're going to make it. He really wants to get it made in the U.S. So he called me yesterday. We talked for like an hour. He found an OEM here that he thinks is going to work. I'm always skeptical. So we're going to get they're gonna send us a couple samples of things they've made, and that'll be a really good first indicator on it. The pricing seems pretty fair, but I need the quality to be there because I don't want to charge. I don't want to sell a knife for $400 or whatever and have it be USA made just to have it be USA made. If the quality is not as good or better than what I can get made overseas, I really don't see the point in selling something for $200 extra, you know? As much as I want to have USA made products, I don't want to sell a lesser product for more money just because of where it's made. Does that make sense? You know, I don't want that to come off the wrong way because I do, like, we care about making stuff here. We are trying. Like, we've been trying for years and still are. We've spent a lot of money on US OEMs and it has not worked out yet. But so we'll see. But we have some samples coming to check out, and we'll go from there. But, you know, if we keep running into walls with it, I'm sure eventually he's going to want to just have it made overseas. But I'm kind of leaving it up to him. We have a lot of projects going on, and I don't want to force him. He should take his time with it. He's kind of taken the reins on getting it made, and he's really trying to get it done here. So, and I think it would be cool. So I'm there for it. So we're just kind of waiting. Yeah, Matt. So actually, do I have one? No, I don't have one. I don't have a prototype or anything. I pitched an idea to Nick and Colin the other day, and we're gonna do an integral fireball. I think an integral fireball would be fucking cool. Obviously, the design will change because you're not going to have that back strap, but that back strap kind of makes it look like an integral. Some Looney Tune would call it a partial integral, which is not even close to true. Sorry, I heard somebody say that and I was cracking up. But I think a actual integral fireball would be dope. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're probably going to try Caudabe because they are making integrals. I actually have one here that Casey designed. It's one of their knives, but it's a licensed one. So they can do it. And potentially, depending on what it costs, maybe we could have like a really nicely priced integral for you guys. I don't know. We'll see. And we can always use Riyadh as a backup for something like ridiculously nice. So it'll probably be a low run, won't be a ton of them because they're probably going to be more expensive. So we'll see. But I do think that would be sick. US OEMs are so delayed. I want to do one, but I don't want to sit in waiting for 2 years on ready-to-go product. Yeah, and it's almost impossible to find a turnkey US OEM, like one that's going to literally deliver you a product. Usually you're going to get parts and shit, and then you got to do not the hard part, but you got to do the setting the lock bar. You got to, do the final grinding, and we don't have those skills nor the time right now. So that's not something we can do. That's really the best way to have something made here. I just don't know of a lot of I don't know any really that would just deliver you a knife and be like, here, put it in a package and sell it. So those people are making their own knives. They're selling their own knives because they can make 30% more or whatever. There's no reason for them to make them for other people. So I've considered one. Yeah, but MechForce is not actually fully US OEM. They get the blades, or I think it's the blades they get from China. So I think they make the handles or something, but then the blades get done in China or something, and that's how they can keep the price where they do. Or I forget the whole story, but you can look into it. But it's not really a full US OEM. Which, if I'm gonna do it, we want it to be legit, Not that they aren't legit. They're telling people what they do. I'm just saying. I'll have to add a 4th fireball to the Divo collection. Hell yeah. They are out then. Well, dude, do your research. Look into it. I don't want to just turn you off and then what if I'm wrong? I'm pretty sure, though. I've talked to people about it because Tashi Barucha has one with them, and so does Jim Skelton. TRM's not doing OEM as far as I know, and I love TRM, but I'd rather have a knife made by Riot, to be honest. If you want like an excellent user whatever knife and you want it to be USA made, dude, TRM's sick, no doubt. But if you want like a banger, you know, like really nicely contoured, you know, really good action, I have not seen that from TRM. I haven't seen them set a detent at all, I don't think. Oh, they've done liner locks, but they don't have detents. They're very weak. You know, they're not meant for that. So for my purposes, I don't think TRM would be a good fit. I do love them, though. Yeah, see, they did fixed blades, I bet. I bet they did fixed blades. Or they just did blades. Demko can put together a shark lock. He just needs to get parts made, you know? It's just a different animal. Yeah, you're doing crossbar lock, so maybe you could pull it off. But if you want a crisp detent, I just don't think you're going to get that from them. But I could be wrong. All right, I'm going to do this giveaway. StreamYard giveaway tool. Okay, guys, we're going to do hashtag screwdriver for the giveaway. I'm going to switch this around. Can I switch that around so I'm the big one? Nope. There we go. No crossbar here. Dude, why did I think you were doing a crossbar lock? Were you? Weren't you doing a crossbar lock? I swear that's what you showed me. I swear is it. I swear is it. See if I can put these away. These little ends on the tube, they're like little nipples. Look. Bang. There's your driver only right there. Show you guys how I put this one together. You got some foam at the bottom. You smack it into your mouse. That's the first thing you do, of course. Make sure you get the air out. Okay. Then you take your base and you try to get it in there right side up. That's the important part. I had to use a tool last time. There we go. So it's in like that. Then you take your driver. This is the tricky part. Okay. Take your driver and you stick the end in the hole like that. And then you put it down in there like this so that it goes onto the base the way it would sit normally. And then right there is where it bottoms out. And then I just have foam. And you have a little nub of foam in there so the end of the driver can't come up and hit the plastic because I don't want it to get damaged at all. Then you put the cap on like this. Boom. Now you got no movement in there at all, and you got your driver and your base. This is what they'll look like when you get them. Pretty slick, right? Dude, I fucking hate coming up with packaging ideas. So much nicer to just, like with Kubi, you just get a box, you know? And we just started asking for a nicer box. So they gave us this box. And then we asked if we could print on it. And now we do really cool designs on the box. Instead of just a black box like before, you get a nicer box and it's got full graphic on it. Usually we color code them too. You're going to love the saloon ones, guys. I have some cool ideas. I'm an idea guy, turns out. I can't do any graphic design or anything, but I can do ideas. Hey, we should make a backspacer clip. But for the saloon, I had this idea that on the box we should have a wanted poster. So for each version, there's a wanted poster, and depending on who the exclusive is for, so like if it's the White Mountain Knives exclusive, the wanted poster has Divo and White Mountain Knives on it. And then if it's TPK, it's Divo and TPK. And if it's just us, I think on the one that's just like direct, the ones we're selling directly, I think it says Divo Gang. So we got wanted posters on there. And then our sticker design is a monkey. So it's like a chimpanzee busting through saloon doors, right? You know those sick wooden saloon doors with the slats in them? So there's a chimp busting through saloon doors, and he's got a rifle in his hand, and he's firing the rifle. And of course, the rifle has a gun stock. See, it all goes together, dude. I had a lot of fun with that, and I probably drove Colin nuts. But yeah. What's going on here? But you are good at it. What am I good at? What am I good at? Oh, somebody spelled it wrong. Yeah, make sure you guys spell it right. It's right here on the screen. You can re-enter. Don't think I missed anything. Ed, what up, dude? Oh, my bad, dude. I got carried away with shit. Sorry. Ed, dibs on a splatter anno driver set. Thanks. Okay. Fuck yeah, Ed. Just, you got to remind me, though, dude, when I actually have them to sell, because I'm still waiting on the final labels and the stickers. You got to get a sticker. Yeah, so just remind me when I talk about a drop. And I got you, dude. Of course, I got you. I just don't want to forget, because I will forget. Vodka orange juice. Fuck yeah, dude. Screwdriver was always my final choice. Like if we ran out of, like back when I lived at my parents', in my, I guess early 20s or whatever. I mean, I lived at my parents until I was 27, 28. I lived there pretty long, actually. I guess nowadays that's not that long because a lot of people live with their parents till they're like 40 now. But anyway, I'm talking early 20s when I still drank. I drink all the beers. And once everything was gone and I still wanted to drink, screwdriver. I might use some grapefruit juice too. What's that called? A sea breeze? A little cranberry, grapefruit, and vodka, dude. My parents used to make that. And maybe club soda too. I'm not sure. So there's a model for you, the sea breeze. Wonder what that would look like. When I grew up, they had this nasty pre-made stuff screwdriver. I think it was Sir Lawrence. That's disgusting. That's like Boonies or whatever. Boone's Farm. If you look back, He said you were right, and it was originally a crossbar. Oh, okay. Yeah. I am right occasionally, you know. I have a pretty good memory if it's about something I care about. If it's not, no. I will forget literally instantly. Michael, what up, dude? Oh, it was the same comment I already clicked on. I didn't realize who wrote it. Michael Ridgway, what up, man? Yeah, I don't remember that. Getting old but surviving. Hey, anybody still live at home and you're like older? Just curious if that's like really a thing or if people just say that shit. Is anybody in their 30s and living at home? I feel like 30 is like a cutoff that you probably should be out of the house unless there's a good reason. Like you got to take care of somebody, or maybe you're still in school for some reason. You're getting a PhD, or maybe just because of money reasons. Yes, it's a real thing. Yeah, if I designed a knife, I'd call it the toenail. Dibs. Can't steal it. The toenail? You got to call it like the elephant toenail. Bought my first house at 22. Hell yeah, dude. Were you in the military? A lot of military guys come out and then they get fucking disability and then they get a job and then they get a house and they get that loan, baby. Don't have to put anything down. I know 6 40-plus-year-olds living with parents. Okay. My mother lives with me. Need to take care of moms. Of course, you got to take care of moms. Is it her house, though? Just kidding. If I do a crossbar, it won't be an Omega Spring version. It'll be something robust. Like what? Piano wire? That's a gimmick, I think. I've paid off 3 houses. Holy shit. Well, I guess that depends on, like, are you just moving mortgages? Technically, you're paying it off when you sell it, I guess, right? But yeah, that's cool. I was out by 17. Hell yeah, dude. 22, I bought my first. Okay. So shit, I'm the one who, 20, I think I was 28, actually. No, it's my house. I was kidding. In the States, living with parents is a have to. Now that it's 2.6 people to float the boat. 2 points. Oh, you're saying the like average household income or whatever, you need 2.6 people? I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Was that a no to the military? My mother-in-law moved in with us, and it was a nightmare. Oh, yeah, I bet. I've refinanced 3 or 4 times. Why? To buy more knives, of course. Can we make a flat Omega spring, please? That'd be interesting. Like a flat wire, like a recoil spring. That'd be interesting. 32 before I got a house. Moved out 17. Okay, so you were renting or whatever. I was 28 when I had my first kid. Okay. I was 32. I made a new lock, Kev. It's crossbar style, but it's way stronger. It's reserved for a future design. Okay. Cool. I lost my house as I broke my neck. The bank pretty much stole it from me. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I'm in the middle of moving and renovating the kitchen and bathroom. Fuck. Used to be 1 forever. 70s brought on 2. 2018 surpassed that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. That's pretty crazy. Joined the army in 1980 at 17, never looked back, only went home for visiting. Nice. You have flat Omega Springs? I've never heard of that. Okay. Check out Etsy, man. No to military. It was much easier to buy a house back then and much cheaper. I paid $72K. Sold it for $185, but I didn't a ton of work to it. Oh, okay. So you got some age on me, I guess. I don't know what. I just assumed you were my age. Maybe you are. I don't fucking know. I don't know what you mean by back then. All right. I got to pull the goddamn thing. What time is it? Yep. Okay. Sorry, guys. I get caught up. I love hanging out with you guys. Feels good to be back doing this. All right. I'm drawing the winner. Now, that's it. That's it. It's over. You got to go to bed. Oh, Alex Kerber 9410. Kathleen, you were like this goddamn close. 54 years old. I'm old. I mean, it's not old, but it's older. Yeah, for sure. No way. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Here is my email, sir. So you can use it and send me your info. You also need to let me know which Griffin you want. Do you want this one? You can say, I want the red one. Do you want this one? You can say, I want the gold one or brass. Whatever you think that color is. Or you can say, I want the murdered out chaw. Or if you want a very strong detent, Alex, this is the one. It's not like ridiculous, but it's definitely stronger. So if you don't like strong detents, this is not the one for you. If you do, it's a good one. Still got great action too. That one's centered. That one's centered. They're all centered, so no problems there. No play. No play. Oh, you want the red one? Okay. I was going to say you could email me. You could think about it. But if you want the red one, yeah, it feels good. Good acoustics. Good action. Looks good. All right. This one is yours. Still send me an email, though, and remind me you want the red one and give me your address, please. All right, guys. I really appreciate all of you coming out. I appreciate anyone who donated a super or a membership or super chat or has been a member long term, whatever it is. I really appreciate you guys. And I will be back next week on Thursday. And then hopefully we'll be doing the Off the Edge again on next Saturday. But if you want some knives for cheap and you want to hang out this Saturday, come to Whatnot. I will be on Whatnot at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday the 25th, to sell whatever's on my shelf right here. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic night. And I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.